Customer is the king. I'm sure you might have heard this saying. In today's world, customer is indeed the king, and hence it's not only very important to retain our loyal customers, but also to win back the ones who are on the verge of churning out. Customer segmentation is one method if we want to know who are our most loyal customers and who are the ones who visit the platform or our e-commerce website infrequently. That is, they just visit the website for the sake of redeeming some coupons or getting some discounts, or we can say that they are only the one-time visitors. This video and onwards, we are going to see how to perform customer segmentation using machine learning techniques. In this multi-part series, we would see the steps to create several clusters of customers according to their spending behavior. We would be able to create clusters of most loyal customers as well as the customers who are on the verge of churning out. In this specific video, we will take a look at dataset we are going to use as well as various data cleaning steps. So stay tuned. So what is customer segmentation? Well, it's a methodology using which we can divide our customer base into a group of individuals who are similar in terms of either gender, spending behavior, frequency to visit, age, or other demographics. Customer segmentation allows companies to precisely target the customers who has specific needs and desires. This way, companies can design the targeted campaigns to the right group or audience. It may also be the case that during the creation of these individual groups or clusters, company might identify new market segment on which company can focus more, as it might be more lucrative. Also, using segmentation, companies can identify groups that require extreme attention such that people in that group are on the verge of churning out. There may be a group of customers or segment who has highest potential value. It can also help with creating targeted strategies that can capture your customers' attention and create positive, high-value experiences with your brands. So in a nutshell, you can perform segmentation based on your business requirements. Here, to perform customer segmentation, we will first utilize RFM modeling to calculate the RFM scores for each customer, and then we will apply unsupervised machine learning technique called K-Means to group those customers into different groups based on RFM scores calculated. RFM, by the way, stands for recency, frequency, and monetary. Recency means how recently a customer purchased an item or product. The more the recent purchases, the better the score would be. Frequency represents how often a customer purchases an item or product. The more frequent they purchase, the better score would be for frequency. And lastly, monetary represents how much the customer spends. The more the amount, the better monetary score would be. Now, if you are wondering what are the different groups or segments which can be created based on RFM scoring and K-mean clustering, then let me take an example. So according to business requirement, a company might create three segments like high, medium, and low. A group or segment which is marked as high is the one which has customers with highest scores of R, F, and M. The customer in this group tend to be more loyal to the company and spends a lot as compared to other groups. They often visit your website or platform. This is the group you don't want to lose. A medium group is one which visits the e-commerce website or platform, but not as frequent as customers in high group. They spend comparatively less money than customers in high group, and they might not have purchased product very recently. Customers in this group has medium RFM scores. Then we have low group, in which we have low scores of RFM values. Customers in this particular group tend to churn out, and they are those customers who has not bought from the platform or e-commerce website from quite long. In fact, they visited the website only once, maybe to redeem some coupons or get some discount. So let's go ahead and start calculating the RFM for each individual customers. We will utilize Online Retail Dataset, which you can download from UCI Machine Learning Repository. The link for the same I will provide in the description section. So this dataset contains 541909 records and has 8 columns or features, namely invoice number, stock code, description, quantity, invoice date, unit price, customer ID, and country. It contains transactions from December 1st, 2010 to December 9th, 2011. So in this video, I will cover the code till data cleaning steps. So let me open the Jupyter notebook. So first, I imported these necessary libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, etc. And you have noticed that I have used this percentage Matplotlib inline to draw any Matplotlib related graphs in Jupyter notebook. In the next cell, I have imported online retail data using read_CSV method of Pandas. You might observe that I have included a parameter called encoding equals to Unicode escape. This was included to avoid any errors which might have occurred due to certain invalid characters it might have encountered. Then I printed first few rows of this dataset using head function. In the next line, I am validating the number of records using this shape function or method. So I am just validating the number of records and columns in the dataset. So when I ran this cell, I got the output as 541909 and 8. 541909 is the count of the total number of records in the dataset, and 8 is the count of number of columns. So in this dataset, as you can see that country, there is a country column, right? And which has repeated values for United Kingdom. So basically we observed that country column has similar values for one particular country. So this column is a good candidate to group the customers based on country in order to see the corresponding distribution for different countries. And that's what I'm doing in the next cell. So first I'm dropping all the duplicates using this .drop_duplicates method. And in the next line, I am trying to get the count of customers for each country. Okay, and I'm using this aggregate method to get the count of customer IDs for a specific country. Now I'm also sorting the customer ID count in the descending order. So I'm using this sort_values method to sort the values or sort the customer ID count values, and I wanted to sort it in descending order, so that's why I kept the ascending parameter as false. So when I ran this cell, we got this particular table, and you can see that majority of customers, about 90% of customers, are from UK only. As you can see, the count is 3950. So we will keep the data for UK only. The rest we will filter out each and every country data. So we will keep only United Kingdom data in this particular data frame, which is RTL_data. So in the next cell, I am just filtering out the records based on country equals to United Kingdom, and I'm using the query method to perform this filtering. In the next cell, I'm checking if there are any missing values in the data set. Hence, I'm utilizing .isNull method and followed by sum method to get the count of missing values. Okay. Here, axis is equals to 0 represents the column. If we keep axis equals to 1, then it means that we are trying to do any particular operation on row only. When we ran this cell, we got to know that there are only two columns called description and customer ID, which has missing values. Customer ID has 133,600 missing values and description has 1454 missing values. For now, we can ignore missing values of description column, but we definitely want to get rid of missing values of customer ID column. So in the next cell, I am first removing the missing values from customer ID column using the method called NotNull, and this method is associated with pandas. In the next line, I am validating if there are any negative values present for quantity column. This is because quantity can never be negative. You can have quantity as 0 but not a negative number. Similarly, in the next cell, I am checking for negative values for unit price column. You can see that quantity column has negative value, but unit price doesn't have any negative value. So we are good with unit price, but we definitely need to clean this quantity related data. So therefore we will filter out all the records having negative values for quantity column, and this is something which I am doing here in this particular cell. So here we are keeping all the records in the data frame called RTL underscore data whose quantity is greater than 0. So it will have all the records where the quantity is greater than 0. We also have a invoice date column available in this data frame. Currently this column has date values in string form, so we need to convert them to date underscore time format so that we can efficiently perform date related operations on it. We will be calculating recency later on, and that's where it might be required to have the dates in required format. So we need to perform this operation here. So here we are converting the date into datetime format using this to underscore datetime method. In the next cell, we are adding a new column called total amount to the data frame because we would be requiring monetary value for RFM model scoring later on. So we are first multiplying the quantity with unit price to get the total amount, and then adding a new column here with the title total amount in the RTL underscore data frame. In the next cell, I'm checking the shape of the data frame once again. So you could see that after performing various data cleaning operations, we are left with 354345 records and an additional column called total amount. That's why this count is 9 here. Earlier it was 8, but now with the addition of this new column, the count becomes 9. And lastly, in the next cell, I'm trying to see the subset of data again. So when we added this new column, you can see this new column is added here, which contain the total amount values. So folks, this is it for this video. In the next upcoming videos, I will be covering the remaining steps to calculate the recency, frequency and monetary scores for each customer, followed by creating the segments or clusters to group the customer with similar needs of behavior. So here is today's question. What is the full form of RFM in RFM modeling? Please post your answers, comments in the comment section given below so that I can get a chance to incorporate your feedback. You can also post your technical questions in the comment section and I will try to answer the same. If you are watching this video and you are not already a subscriber to our channel, consider clicking that little subscribe button down below. In case you have already subscribed, then click on the bell icon to receive the notifications whenever I will release a new video. So thanks for hanging out with me guys. I will be covering next topic in the upcoming video, so keep on watching. Thank you.